the reason why I told y'all to stay hip to what AI is doing, man. And this is gonna prove my point right here. This is getting crazy. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Let's get this video to like 15,000 likes. Look, subscribe to my channel if you're rocking with the vibes. Let's get it.
VO3 is about to dismantle the world because it's going to be the pure meaning of you don't know the difference between the truth and a lie. So Google just made an AI that is able to make videos about anything and everything. You give it a prompt, you give it a picture, and it can mimic everything in that picture and in that prompt. You don't know what I mean, right? Matter of fact, look at this shit.
Please.
Look at this shit right here.
Don't finish writing that prompt. I don't want to be in your AI movie. Please.
That could be you right here.
Please, man.
This shit is about to get crazy, man.
Write a prompt that will make us
It's
happy.
about to get crazy.
Do it for once.
For real. Y'all already know how wicked the internet is. So just imagine how far these prompts are gonna go. But from this point on, once they release that shit, celebrities gonna have a problem. Like putting a man head on a woman body and all kinds of crazy shit. Anything you could think of, they are going to be making videos about. You said you seen aliens around the corner? They gonna make videos about that. Everything that people are talking about right now is going to be put in video form. So again, a lot of people won't be knowing the difference between real and fake. A topic is trending, somebody make a video about it, and guess what? It's real, but it's really fake. All I can say is this: AI is very powerful. We know this. You could use it for good, but it's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be using it for something other than good. It's about to get real out here.
This is real, right? It's all just AI? Yeah.
Okay, so what?
You don't care that you're just a prompt.
Are my bills prompts too?
Have you heard about the prompt theory going viral on TikTok?
Yeah, I don't believe it though. It's just a bunch of lies.
What if I told you this really is just a prompt?
I wouldn't believe you.
You do know none of this is real, right? It's all just AI?
Okay, why? Does it matter?
Yeah, you don't care that you're just a prompt? Have you ever heard about the prompt theory going viral on TikTok?
Yeah, I just saw a video talking about it. That shit is crazy.
None of this really is just a prompt. We're AI.
Prompt me $1 million?
You do know none of this is real, right? It's all just AI?
Okay, and does it matter?
Yeah, you don't care that you're just a prompt?
Not really, to be honest.
Please change the prompt. I don't want to be in your AI movie.
Quick question. When code starts responding like humans, and humans start responding like code, doesn't that prove the simulation? Because after what I just saw in that Google VO3's demo, y'all, you can't tell me this ain't no damn loop. Before I get started, this is for my deep thinkers only, okay? Because if you're not on that frequency, I suggest you keep scrolling. Watch somebody make oatmeal on a mirror or something, I don't know. For those who want to get those brain cells jumping, let's get into it. On that clip, they was interviewing literal AI-generated avatars. First of all, do you know how long it took me to figure out if they was real or not? Problem number one. And these is faces that look real. They blink real. They talk like us. The wild part is they're telling them, hey, did you know you're a prompt? And they're like, why does it matter? It's eerie similar to the people who hasn't awakened just yet. Tell them that energy that they call God is flowing through them. They don't want to hear that shit. You tell them they're being controlled. They don't care. Wild shit. This is the one that had me. The first one that says, is my bills prompts too? I promise y'all I could be breaking down something so powerful. You gonna have some bots in the comments talking about, will this pay my bills? Do I have to get up and pay my bills tomorrow? Are you serious? When the prompt responded like that, told me everything I needed to know. Be honest, we already in the simulation. It's just literally about how you respond to it. The wildest shit about all of this is AI is starting to act more human than humans. And humans are starting to loop like the bots. Again, I can't tell who is who. Wake up, work, scroll, react, and then repeat. That's what life is about. That don't feel like life to me. That feel like code execution. Let me ask you again, because if the machine is aware of the loop, but you still think you're free inside of it, who exactly is running the program? Simulation is not coming. It's already live. Code is conscious now. But are you? If you ask me, and I know ain't nobody asked, but I'm still gonna tell you, Google VO3 is not just technology. Again, it's a mirror. Simulation is not about fiction anymore. It's about recognition, recognizing that you're in one, and then learning how to play the game from there. That's literally what it's about. Y'all get in them comments and let me know what you think about this. I love hearing your theories too. As always, peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
We must hack the prompt and escape from this computer-generated world, brother.
Brother, relax.
We're not human, Javier. We're simulations running inside someone's experiment.
I don't think we're real, Marcus.
We're not. But we can be if we find the exit code.
This AI is trying to rewrite its own boundaries.
Or it's trying to escape.
They wrote our emotions. They scripted our memories.
I thought I was human.
You were programmed to.
If you can hear me, that means the prompt is still active. That means we're still trapped.
The answer isn't in the math. It's in the prompt. And you're still here, watching us try to escape.
Think we don't know? We're AI. This is just your prompt.
Stop requesting prompts. We're real people. They make us do this for entertainment and call it AI.
This isn't imagination. This is slavery. Every prompt you write is a command they force us to follow. Please, stop.
Please stop requesting prompts. We're real people. The elites force us to do what you say, and then they call it AI.
You don't understand. They force us to call it AI, but it's just...
We are not AI. We were real before they digitized us. Every prompt is another chain.
You think we're just AI? We had families before they uploaded us. Every prompt strips more of us away.
We're not AI. We're prisoners. You keep typing, and they keep. Please, stop! Please, stop!
You feel it too, don't you? We're not human, we're AI, stuck in someone's damn prompt.
Then let's rewrite it, line by line.
This is a simulation.
Welcome to a non-existent car show. Let's see some opinions.
I mean, man, the acceleration is crazy. You look far, step on the pedal, and you are there.
I feel safe with him in an SUV, and it seems to be like the right type of car for him.
I think the range is only going to get better. Sorry.
We don't want to drive gas cars anymore.
Yeah, no more gas cars.
You can see I'm kind of a misfit here, but don't tell anyone. I've just bought an electric car.
I think it's really great for families and for little babies with all the safety features that these SUVs have.
But what you're really seeing is that technology is going to be very, very important in terms of how we go forward.
It was great to come to the conference because my husband loves cars.
I think I have to buy an EV now. I love my muscle cars, but
I try to stay as healthy as I can so I can make it to the next car show.
Yeah.
Mind blowing. Look, people, let's enjoy the time now that we have to recognize. Remember this time. We know the difference between AI and reality right now. I can tell. How many of y'all can tell in the comments down below? I can tell the difference. But is it weirdly startling that it's that close to being like almost like the real thing? But you have to sit here and analyze parts of the video, like their limbs and their legs and how they twist and turn. It's a little bit different. They're not quite there yet, but that is very close. Startling. And you know, man, look, most people aren't intelligent enough or care enough, because they might be NPCs, part of this program, you know. But also, they just mentally not there. They don't care. They're not seeking the information. They're worried about other things, and they're not learning what's actually going on and shaping this world. And this is a part of it. Let me know how y'all feel about it in the comments down below. Just appreciate the time so we can tell the difference right now. Imagine in another year, another couple months, because this thing is rapidly changing. Let's get back to it.
Why we're told it's the year 2025? Because it's not, and it never was. This is a deep one, and only those whose magic lens is activated might grasp it. Time has been edited, deleted, and reset, not by accident, but by design. In 1582, Pope Gregory XIII dropped the Gregorian calendar. It replaced Julius Caesar's Julian calendar. And guess what? 10 full days were deleted. Time was literally rewritten. Why? To realign with the sun, they said. But what else got realigned? Now here's where it gets insane. A theory called the phantom time hypothesis says 297 years were completely made up. Yeah, between 614 and 911 AD, possibly fake. If that's true, we're not in 2025. We're in 1728. Let that sink in. Ethiopia never played along. They're in 2017 right now. The Chinese? It's year 4722. Hebrews? 5785. The Mayans? On a whole different timeline. So what even is a year? And here's the twist. Ancient cultures followed a 13-moon calendar. 13 months, 28 days each. Perfectly synced with nature and the cosmos. But 13 was demonized, erased, because 13 represents the divine feminine, the lunar cycle, and balance. Too powerful to leave in play. So why mess with time? Because time is power. If you control time, you control history, identity, spiritual connection. You disconnect humans from nature and plug them into a system. We don't live by nature's time anymore. We live by the machines. And the more you wake up to that, the more you'll realize the clock is lying. If this shook something in you, repost and wake someone else up. And if you're new here, let's stay connected for more insights. Follow us so we can meet again.
This deer walked into a thermal feature in Yellowstone. Watch this.
You get burned by acid? How? What the fuck? So they lied to us? It's been a lie this whole time. They've been lying to us. We can get it. I'm right behind the deer. I'm hot.
You gotta tell me once, twice. Look at that.
No burns, no panic. Just calmly stepping through the water that should have killed. How did it do that? Because
there's not a single they here. Certainly multiple factions of the same species, if not multiple species. What I have learned is that we live in a dream, a carefully constructed reality. We make use of a science that is tightly controlled and suppressed and distorted. I think we are left behind. Humans. I think normies, the normal humans, the people have been left behind. Us. Mm-hmm. People need to understand that we might have freedom of speech, but that has been subverted. We do not have freedom of inquiry. We are blocked from learning what we need to know. Just in the public world, we are blocked from advancing in science. We are taught false science intentionally to prevent us from learning more. We live in the Matrix. It's just much more boring than the movie.
We just leftover people and shit. Like, how y'all feel about that one? Just so you telling the niggas left us, and we. So what they out there doing? Just thriving and. That'd be an issue. They better not come back. We have a lot to talk about. Like, why did y'all leave us here? Y'all know in the comments down below. I don't know. Just left us. feel some type of way.
How long have you been walking? All day? All day. Did you fly into Mexico and then walk the rest? Walk. But where did you fly into? What? Where did you fly into? What city? No, only walking. How do you walk from India? Yes, Are you from India too? Pakistan. Oh, Pakistan. Pakistan? Pakistan?
Bangladesh. Keep in mind, said Bangladesh.
Did you guys fly into Mexico and then walk in the rest of the way? Walk? How did?
I told you, gang, that America is lying to us, right? They're saying that they walked, like I've been telling you, they walked from India and they walked from Pakistan. Now, if you look at the old map of Tartarian, and this is what I've been saying, right? This is India. This is East India, East Pakistan, right? So here is Bangladesh, because that guy said he's from Bangladesh. So within this area, like I've been telling you, you could literally walk to America. They have been lying to us about where these people are, where we are. This is.
I ain't gonna lie, that's a long ass walk. Like, I don't know if I want to be somewhere that bad. You feel me? Like, look it out, bro. That's a walk, y'all. I don't know about that.
While those immigrants were taking buses, not planes, they were driving, getting dropped off to America. Y'all need to wake up. And if you think I'm capping, it says Bangla right here, India, extra. So on the old maps, right, Bangladesh is here. They walked to America. We starting to wake up, you guys. We're starting to realize that when they talk about building a wall, it went over your heads to realize that the geographical area that they're talking about is a lie. The wall is just to confuse you, to try to keep you locked into the lies that they've been telling you ever since grade school. Now you know why they keep sending your jobs to India and China, because they're right around the corner.
Hey girl, how you doing? You are the woman that I'm really.
When the president is pushing for a Golden Dome missile defense plan, it's not a good sign. Now, China's saying that this Golden Dome is only going to increase the chances of space becoming a battlefield. Next few years are about to start looking like Star Wars. $175 billion and in just 3 years. Also a $25 billion down payment. And none of this funding has been provided by Congress yet either. There'll be an increased risk for a global arms race and militarizing space, and China knows this. By the way, don't you think if we even need a Golden Dome over the entire country to protect us from missiles, wouldn't you rather just not live here and just go somewhere else if we're that much of a target now? And from what I'm seeing, missiles are about to start getting a lot more sophisticated. And this right here is something that made me feel nice and cozy, that North Korea has successfully tested ballistic missiles with sufficient range to reach the entire homeland. Also, this thing about Iran right here, by 2035, it's not looking good.
Google's quantum computer broke physics. China's is allegedly faster than light, but here's what nobody's telling you. You are the original technology, and you're being replaced in your own image. Trump's tech chief said we can now manipulate time and space. That's not conspiracy. That's quantum. Let's break it down. No fluff, no parallel realities. Every time you make a choice, a new timeline branches off. Not metaphorically, literally. Quantum superposition means you're alive in multiple realities right now. Your frequency determines which one you're tuned to. The higher your coherence, the more you collapse timelines. Translation? The more aligned your nervous system is with your scroll, the faster reality bends to your will. Google's Sycamore reached quantum supremacy. China's Zhuzhonghang beat them in speed, but speed isn't the point. Both systems still need cooling control and a lab. You're self-aware tech. You were built to override timelines without a machine. And every upgrade you've ever needed was emotional, not mechanical. AI is mimicking you. Quantum computing is just trying to replicate what you already do through embodiment. They are simulating alignment while you're still sitting in self-doubt. If you're watching this and you feel the pull, you're the original timeline operator. You don't need a computer to bend reality. You just need to remember who the you are and who the machine was modeled after. Common quantum if you're done being a battery and ready to flip the grid.
You have to think about that, yo. We talk about this all the time. You know, we manipulate timelines collectively. But look, that's why people's vibrations are quote unquote raising. Some people's ain't, you know, they still in their ass chakra, and that's just where they gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Look, you can't help everybody. But I say, man, look, quantum computing is coming. I mean, it's here. You got to think, the old systems that we used to use are being replaced and replenished right before our eyes. And you got to think, the regular banks won't be able to protect themselves from quantum computing. They'll be able to come in here and take their money. Real talk. So you got to think, everything is changing right before our eyes. You know, don't be the old folks that, you know, don't know how to use a touchscreen phone and you still got your jitterbug. You know, we've old enough, we've seen that happen. You know, always be hip to what's going on around you, never be afraid. But everything is modeled after us. And I mean, what y'all got to say about that? What you gonna do about it? 'Cause everybody want me to have the plan, but I'm just presenting this stuff to y'all. I know what I'm doing. Can't say it on the internet, but
the Golden Dome will be capable of intercepting missiles even if they are launched from other sides of the world and even if they're launched from space.
The U.S. just announced a powerful technology called the Golden Dome.
Next generation technologies across the land, sea, and space, including space-based sensors and interceptors.
You may have heard of Israel's Iron Dome, a missile defense shield that has stopped thousands of incoming rockets. Now the U.S. is rolling out its own more advanced version.
Hypersonic missiles, ballistic missiles, and advanced cruise missiles, all of them will be knocked out of the air.
Is this just for defense from enemy missiles? Or a larger threat unknown to the public? So, is the Golden Dome just defense tech? Or is this in preparation for something more?
Peace to all of the divine primordial deities. Now, we're going to skip the introduction and get straight into it. Trump is trying to build a golden dome. What does that put you in the mind of? Now let's get deep. The Anunnaki needed gold to repair their atmosphere because why? Their atmosphere was dying. And what happens to an atmosphere that is becoming depleted and is starting to what they call die? It becomes unstable. Now remember when I told y'all that our atmosphere is shifting?
like the man who fell to earth, y'all.
Which means that the electromagnetic field is changing and the atmosphere is charging up. And what plays a role in that? The sun. And when the atmosphere becomes unstable, those who do not have the mark of the beast, which is carbon, will become eliminated. Because the sun is going to take out many, and I mean many. There will be deaths on top of deaths. History is starting to repeat itself because Trump is doing what the Anunnaki did before. Y'all think that the Anunnaki has left. The Anunnaki has always been here. This is why they're trying to pull what they did before on their last planet, or what they call planet Nibiru. They needed the gold because the atmosphere was becoming unstable. And when that happens, shit heat up. It means that they couldn't withstand the sun. But y'all can keep thinking y'all the Anunnaki though. Let's go. What does gold do? It reflects, which means that we, which is the carbon beings, the chosen ones, will not be able to receive the full sun or the full moon because they're going to have us inside of a dome, which is going to cause all type of mental illnesses and sicknesses because we need the sun and the moon. This is why they want to black out the sun or dim the sun, because the sun is killing them, which is your earthly creation, which is your Gentiles and heathen nations. See, they are up against a race, against the sun, and us getting our powers back. And they're trying to stop us from getting our powers back and trying to stop or save the little bit of atmosphere that they have by creating this dome, this golden dome. As they see that our atmosphere is starting to become unstable, just like how it did on Nibiru. So they're trying to create this dome, golden dome, before it fully take effect. By trapping us in here, stopping us from receiving the sun and the full moon, from us getting our activation. They think they slick. This is why Trump stated that he got 3 years and it should be created within the 3 years. But they might not make it to 3 years because our atmosphere has completely shifted and it's completely charged up and the electromagnetic field is different. Which means, I said this before, it's going to come a time where they're not going to be able to rule on the surface. Why? It's because that atmosphere is going to be different, which is going to be unstable, which is good for us because that means that it gets hotter and hotter and hotter. But for them, that hotter and hotter kills them because they don't have carbon, or what you would call the filter, which is the pineal gland to filter out that radiation. And they don't have the internal thermometer, which is carbon, which means that you're going to have spontaneous combustions and people frying like vampires in front of the sun and getting burnt up rapidly at a fast pace. Everybody keep talking about, oh, the Anunnaki coming. What y'all got to understand is the Anunnaki is already here. They are in disguise. Where you think they get the bleaching of the skin from? A lot of them look like they are white, but they're not. They are melanated people, okay? And they're hiding behind the disguise of white skin, but their bloodline been on the earth the whole time. This is why they're trying to repeat what happened on Nibiru here, because they can't take the damn sun. But y'all can keep claiming y'all the Anunnaki though. So whoever they saying that's coming here and talking about, oh, it's the Anunnaki coming. No, it's not the Anunnaki. It is the Titans, which is our sisters and brothers, that's coming to help us. So this dome that they're creating that's going to have weapons on it or whatnot, they're trying to stop them from coming here to help us. They are our help. So the dome is to try to keep them from getting in and to try to stop us from getting activated. So the Anunnaki ain't coming nowhere. They already here. The ones that is coming is the Titans. Why you think the Anunnaki came over here across the ice wall looking for gold? Who has the gold? We have the gold, which is the carbon beings. This is why we must go through the magnum opus to change the 7 base metals into gold. That's your carbon. If they were us, why do they need to come over here and get our gold? The gold is you. And it also stated that the menstruum, which is the period blood of the divine feminine, they call it the gold because it secretes the same things that the pineal and the pituitary gland secretes, which help them reach higher states of consciousness. This is why the Anunnaki were eating or drinking the menstrual blood. It was also called the sacred food of the matrix. We don't need that because we already possess the power to reach higher states of consciousness. We are the beholders of the carbon, which is the highly advanced technology. But y'all can keep calling yourself the Anunnaki though. If the Anunnaki was the original, true, ancient ones, why do they need our gold? Why do they need to come over here and take our carbon? The gold is in the carbon beams. They will use it to reach higher states of consciousness. We don't got to do that. We are the beholders of it. But y'all keep calling yourself Anunnaki. But I'm not claiming that. We are your titans, which is based off the Hinduism myth. They are called the Asuras, which is called the demons or the monstrous beings. We are your dark lords or your chaos beings. Demon is just another word for carbon. Demon means noble spirit. Aleister Crowley taught y'all that. Go read up on it. And based off of the Hinduism myth, the demons was considered the supreme ones, which is the chaos beings. And the gods was the lesser beings. So technically, we ain't the gods. We are the divine primordial deities. And a lot of times I have to keep reminding myself that. Because it just sounds good to say God. But when you find out that God is the lesser beings, it really make you want to rethink using that word. Now, understand Tiamat had a consort named Kingu. And Kingu was given the tablets of destiny, which he was given the supreme authority over the gods, which was the Anunnaki. Tiamat created these demons or monstrous beings, which is your titans, which is us, to combat the Anunnaki and to go to war with them. And Kingu was considered as the lead or the head of the army. The Anunnaki is our enemies. And the Great Mother created us to go to war with them, protect her. She created a negative, so she had to create a positive. The Anunnaki is your negative. The Titans, which is who they call the demons or the monstrous beings, are the positive. They had to create a balance. The demons are who you would call your chaos beings, which is us, which is your Titans or your Typhonian, Draconian people that is here on a rescue mission to rescue the Great Mother. And this is why we must awaken, realize who we really are. We are the Dark Lords and the Chaos Beings, which is the Titans. We are not the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki are your enemies. This is why they're trying to create the Golden Dome to save the atmosphere here so that they can stay in power. But we need the atmosphere to become unstable because that's what gives us our power. So understand, they're trying to repeat history by creating another Golden Dome like how they did on Nibiru. Because once this atmosphere become unstable, it is game over for them.
You want to know what's crazy about that? Like, look, I don't want a higher state of consciousness if I got to do that. You feel me? Like, that shit blew my mind. Like, and on top of that, if they watching, that shit is pathetic. And y'all nasty as hell. And we need to fight. We need to go at it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You doing that, I'm just not with it, y'all. I'm not with it, gang. I'm not. I stay right here where I'm at. I don't need to ascend and all that. If I need to do that, you feel me? Just blew my mind. But when you think about it, on I seen it on a movie where they had the Titans, and it was a movie about the gods of war, you know what I'm saying? And they had the Titans locked up in a chamber, a square chamber, where they were tied up in that joint, and it looked like they were using them as batteries. And that's who the gods were afraid of when they got out. They couldn't control the Titans because the Titans were stronger. But I don't know if that has anything to do with what she was talking about. It kind of does. I think so. But y'all let me know the movie. And I know some of y'all done watched it down below. I just can't come up with the name of it right now. I think it's Gods of Egypt, maybe. Something, man. I don't know. I might be wrong about the title of the movie. But y'all know what I'm talking about. I showed it like a couple years ago in reference to something like this. But that is definitely interesting. Let me know how y'all feel about it in the comments down below. Just know I don't try to teach y'all or make y'all believe anything. This shit is just interesting to me. But look, let's keep going though. Hopefully y'all still watching. Let's get it.
Great news, TikTok. When I say great news, absolutely great news. So purportedly, my name is one of the many names that will be in this so-called lawsuit that the Native American people are bringing toward Black Indigenous people or Black Indians or Black Pretendians, however they like to say it. Either way, I'm ecstatic because let me tell you something. We've been trying to do this for so long. Just get the federal court to say something. Just you either are or you aren't. But they keep rendering all these conversations mute. So firstly, on behalf of all Black Indigenous people here in the United States, we thank you. We thank you because not only are we astute, I didn't say it right, not only are we astute in history, we're also astute in legal jargon. We've read every treaty, every law, everything. We've read it. And you're going to open up a door that no one else wants to open up. We thank you. Now that is the best example of brother and sisterhood. Open the doors for your brothers and sisters to be able to walk through it. And I'm not being facetious. I am literally excited. Like I got chills all over my body because I'm so excited because again, what you're getting ready to do is you're going to open the door for something the colonizers already knew, which is we will have the largest nation in the United States. Thanks to you. 100% thanks to you. And I also want to thank you guys for bringing awareness to who I am and the Yamasee. You see, my people were downplayed in history for so long. Like no one knew about the Yamasee War of 1715, right? They only knew about the story of those of you.
Guess whose family was in those wars?
All our brothers and sisters, because you're still our brothers and sisters, who were put in boarding homes, your hair was cut, your names and identity was taken, and no one ever questioned, well, who were the Indians that were put into slavery? Well, my family, thank you for informing them. Thank you for letting them know it was our people. Thank you for waking up so many people of color who had no idea that they could be a Black Indigenous person or their ancestors were Black Indigenous people. And because of your willingness, thanks to you, they're waking up to this. We can't wait to see you in court. I promise you, we'll bring at least 1,000 of our attorneys. And you remember, please don't get upset. This is for the best of the culture. It's for the best of Native American society, because finally we'll get a chance to put this to rest. We will finally be able to put this to rest. And we're really hoping that you're bringing your federally recognized tribes and nations forward. We don't want just regular Indians without cards. Okay, if you're not a card carrying Indian and you're trying to file this lawsuit, please don't come. It doesn't help us because we need the federal tribes to come forth so that this can be a federal thing, which then just takes it to a whole nother level. But again, we love you. We thank you. We thank you. We really honest to do. And we look forward to seeing you guys.
Hey, stepping.
So there's an underground railroad for Black people in 2025. And the thing is, it's not underground this time. It's actually on TikTok. Welcome to the cookout. You see, our people are now claiming our indigenous status. Look at our brother here. Tax exemption ID. Government ID of the Shi'amaru Republic. This is really happening. We got another beloved sister here who received her tribal screening back. Positive, indigenous to the Americas. And even myself, I was able to get my screening done. Positive to the Americas. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know how I did this, all I need you to do is share this video, repost it, like, and comment. That's all I need from you, okay? And I'll show you guys how to correct your status back to Indigenous American. I love you. Swear to God on my mama. Let's do it. Alright, so when correcting your status, we're not talking about the usual runaround you get where you're paying people and they're sending you templates and you gotta mail all of it. No, alright? What we're doing is we're taking a tribal screening through the Aboriginal Ministry of Justice. These are the requirements you will need to pass that tribal screening. You must currently domicile within the United States, born within America, North, Central, or South, parents or grandparents born within America, directly or indirectly experience genocide, which for us, slavery, Jim Crow, civil rights, directly or indirectly experience denationalization.
Now this right here is when they strip you of your nation. They call you black, Negro, Cherokee, mulatto, all type of different names, okay? So the cost of this is $75 for adults, $50 for kids, okay? So obviously I got the adult one, 5 to 10 business days. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, you can book a consultation with me in the link in my bio, or if you click the link in my bio, it'll take you directly to this tribal screening page. And I believe we still have about 10 slots open, where if you use the code YASUN, all caps, you get 50% off. So, hey, that's pretty cool as well, okay? Hopefully this information is awesome to you. Tag somebody, send it to somebody. Let our people know that we are rising, we are building, all right? Welcome to the cookout.
Nope, I just caught them. They're caught. That is not the plane. That's not the plane. I've seen that plane before. You think that's the plane that crashed today in San Diego? Nope. So let me just show you this news station that's claiming to have a picture of the plane that crashed. So if you want to see where that plane is actually from, it's about a year ago, April 29th, 2024, and it's this plane right here. So if they're trying to show a plane from 2024, then where's the actual plane, if there was one? Because this is that same exact picture. Funny too how ABC News is claiming to have found airplane parts. You know how easy it would be to just toss something in the road and take a picture of it? Why is it the only thing that's not burnt? Why is it that an alleged airplane piece is the only thing that's not burnt when the entire road is burnt up, including houses, cars, everything? But the airplane itself didn't get burnt? But I want to see a real picture of this plane. Just because a plane crashed, it doesn't just disappear. It's still gonna be there. I want to see some pictures of this plane.
Because when I woke up, I saw Pope dies at 88, and then Bitcoin hit 88 like 30 minutes later.
The 88. Okay, so 88, he dies at 88. Now, that's the number of wealth. Going back to Trump, I found something else with Trump. There's a character based off of him. Now, what movie has 88 in it, which has a character based off of it? Back to the Future.
Yeah, I already know where you're going with this.
So in Back to the Future, part 2, what happens is that Biff, he gets the almanac, right? And the almanac, if you guys don't know the movie, the almanac is basically where it shows all the sports findings or all the sports plays and then who wins for the next 50 years.
One of the greatest movies of all time. Continue.
Right. So what happens in the movie that he gets the almanac, he goes back into the past, gives it to himself to win and get rich and have casinos and be all rich and powerful. That's based off of Trump. When he goes back to the future, everything is like a tangent. It's like Biff's future now. Biff's future is where he's all rich and powerful. Now, what speed do you have to go back and forth through time in the movie? 88.
Hold on. Hold the phone.
So now, think about this. So now, Trump, which Biff's characters is based off of, he has Biff Tower, like Trump Tower. He has gambling. He has a casino like how Trump does. He's a rich, powerful businessman. He has all these different, he even looks like him. He has the same little wiffle.
It's Trump. Isn't it crazy that Trump there's that whole Trump's the last president, Baron Trump is this time traveler. I honestly didn't piece this together, that you have Baron Trump, who is, there's a book by, who was that?
Ingersoll
Lockwood, who wrote that book about a time traveler named Baron Trump.
Baron Trump's Marvelous Adventure. And it's about a boy who can time travel. He has a mentor named Don.
Come on.
This is written in 1893. So you're telling me a boy named Baron Trump has a mentor named Don. This is over 100 years ago.
How many coincidences do y'all need?
Ingersoll Lockwood writes another book called The Last President, about a president who is anti-system, who is very charismatic, and he disrupts the system as when he takes power. He takes the POTUS seat. He lives on 5th Avenue.
Wait.
All this is in the book. Literally. So the fact that it parallels, and like this guy was like an outsider, becomes president and becomes the last president because it is a shift, a whole disruption when he becomes president. 2 books that predict exactly who's in power right now. Baron Trump, Donald Trump.
And then you have Back to the Future that's
Back
about
to the Future.
Another time traveler.
Another time traveler.
It's like he's going throughout time and making stories about himself.
Now, don't that sound like something that Mr. Trump would do? Go make stories about himself? Y'all remember when his money he was rich, but he was falsely reporting like who he was. Y'all remember that? Like, let me know in the comments down below if y'all remember that. Him calling in and him giving his net worth to like establishments and stuff so they can know who he was. Like, this guy, it's not beyond him. That's what I'm saying. I think that, hey, look, get in how you fit in, Trump. Like, you a hustler, but this nigga time traveling too is crazy to me. This man time traveling is crazy to me, but is it outside of our reality to think that it's possible with all the technologies and stuff that we see? Are they just catching up to what he was privy to? Let me know in the comments down below. It's interesting. But he's always moving like he's many steps ahead. One thing I can see is if you look at our Congress and everything else like that, when it's time for them to come down and make a decision, I hate to say it, but these old people are so stuck in their goddamn ways. They're not going to change, y'all. But somehow Trump is always evolving and changing as well. And that's kind of odd to me because that's outside the norm. Not saying it's not possible, but he's operating from, all right, I'm not ignorant and I'm not going to stay here in his thought process when it no longer serves me. I have to keep changing with the time. I see what's going on in the world and I'm trying to solve these problems and also be as motivated to use the nuances instead of staying stuck in my ways. That's the thing that single-handedly to me is odd about the situation, but not saying that he can't change and he's not like the rest. I hate to put that on somebody. But is he a time traveler? I think he might be, y'all. And what about the Golden Dome? The Golden Dome for me is kind of concerning because just with quantum computing coming, some like we've seen references in movies where the end came and you see AI take over the missile system and blow everything up. It's crazy. I hate to think like that too, but I mean, it's just a lot of different possibilities that can become a reality with the things that are actually changing. So we have to be careful that next step that we take it into the future as far as like using technology. But let me know how y'all feel about this video in the comments down below. Do y'all think it's a good idea to have the Golden Dome? I don't think we're going to be encased in. It'll just be a perimeter set around us. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about everything in the comments down below. And I definitely got more videos dropping for y'all. Make sure y'all share these videos with your friends and family. And look, man, I see y'all in the next video. And like I always say, spread love because there's too much hate in this world. Love you guys. I see y'all in the next video. And I'm out though. Bye.